All right, the LA Chargers have an unknown beast of an offensive lineman that's about to break out, and you combine that with his development plus Jim Harbaugh, it's going to be a really good thing. So PFF was all over it. PFF did an article, breakout candidates for each team, and they said Jamari Salyer, your guard, is going to be the guy. Okay, so this is what's interesting about this guy. So when you think of the offensive line, you think about the offensive line is going to improve, and because of Jim Harbaugh, and Slater and Joe Alt kind of get the headlines at tackle, but at guard, this guy is just a beast. So the former Georgia Bulldog experienced a dip in pass blocking grade, but it's largely attributed to giving up more sacks. In fact, his pass blocking efficiency, 96.6, was higher than his rookie season. Jim Harbaugh has a knack for fortifying offensive lines 100% and playing next to a talented guys. I think he could be something really good. So remember, he goes to Georgia, and this guy's massive, 6'4", 330 pounds. He played right when he got there at Georgia. Remember, when he was at Georgia from 2018 to 21, that's when they were just a juggernaut. And he played as a freshman, played as a sophomore, junior, and then he did return to Georgia for his senior season and was a national champion, All-American, All-SEC, and he was picked in the 6th round by the Chargers. And so you're not thinking about this guy, right? You're thinking about, he's like quietly making, you're thinking about all the other things that have happened this offseason, but you've got a guard that could be a really good player for you. And so we looked at this the other day as we looked up the Chargers depth chart, and man, there's some things that have to go right, and that's just the way it is because it's new into the rebuild and the whole thing. But overall, man, it doesn't look that bad. And you look at offensively, Justin Herbert, quarterback, I mean, that's obviously a huge one. Running back's fine. Wide receivers, the question mark. They need Johnston to be really good or be a lot better. You need DJ Chark to be good. But then look at this. I mean, Salyer is here at guard. Slater, Joe Alt. Man, this offensive line, especially with Jim Harbaugh and the way that they're going to do things, is really good. Now, next thing you look at is PFF also looked at just general offseason. So you look at the grade that they gave them of an A-, and they took the entire offseason. Now that we've gone through free agency, the draft, rookie minicamp, seeing these guys out there a little bit, here's what they had to say. Is like they are taking into account Los Angeles landing Jim Harbaugh, who I believe is the best head coach option this offseason, 100%. But there's no denying that the Chargers lost talent in these 4 players. No denying that. But they were able to retain some of their key players, veterans. You combine that with some other good players on the secondary that they have. And then they have a really smart draft, and Joe Alt, Ladd McConkey, Junior Colson, all starters, in my opinion. Boom. That's how it's done right there. And so if you go back to the depth chart, and there's some ifs right now, and that's just, again, that's the way it is. It next year and the year after that, there won't be ifs. It'll be like, this guy's good, this guy. If Salyer's good, because Slater, Joe Alt will be, then the offensive line is going to be in good shape. If Quentin Johnston's good and DJ Chark does what we think he's going to do, this offense or this wide receiver is not bad. You've got the quarterback, and again, you go to defensive side of the ball. Joey Bosa, Junior Colson, Asante Samuel Jr., Derwin James. It's there. It's there. If you're a Chargers fan, the players that you had hoped would be able to put this all together. So you've got, and by the way, if you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans. You're kind of wondering, like, what am I looking at here? This is an LA Chargers channel, but we're Detroit Lions fans. We follow Jim Harbaugh out to the Chargers and can't wait to see how he does do exactly what PFF said. He's going to fortify the offensive line. He's going to make you physical and disciplined. You've got the quarterback. I mean, that's the hardest part. Half the teams don't have a quarterback, and it's just going to be hard. Raiders being one of those teams. Broncos being one of those teams. And that's the other thing that we've talked about on this channel is You're in the division with the Chiefs. So you kind of look at this, that's a tough division. Well, no, because after that, it's it's the Raiders. I mean, I get it. It's division games. They're always going to be hard, but the Raiders don't have a quarterback. The Broncos have a rookie quarterback. You have the second best quarterback by a mile. It's Patrick Mahomes and Herbert by a mile in this division. So, can you win the division? I don't know. Right? It's going to be hard to win the division against the Chiefs when they're playing those same teams that are down. And honestly, they look at you and think, well, we can beat them. But I think the Chargers can make the playoffs. I really believe that because they're going to be hard to beat the way that they're going to be so physical. So I can't wait to see that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. You've got an offensive lineman that's about to break out. You've got a really good offseason. You've got the quarterback. You've got Jim Harbaugh. OTAs are beginning. It's a lot of good things if you're a Chargers fan, and just can't wait to see how it develops here as we move into the summer and then into training camp. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll see all of you on the next one.